Cobblers or shoe repair shops might seem like a thing of the past, but there are still plenty of them thriving here in Puget Sound. Sending your old boots or shoes or even purses to a cobbler is a great way to give them a second life. Here to show us how from Swanson Shoe Repair, welcome Daniel Swanson. How are you?
I'm great.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks.
Good to meet you.
Thanks so much for having us.
People forget about shoe repair shops. Something's wrong with their shoe, they toss them out, but you can save a shoe, save a boot, save us a lot of money, right?
Absolutely. Money, and it's also a good choice for the environment as well. Recycling is becoming a much more important thing to believe in these days. So.
You know what? I hadn't even thought about that, but the environmental impact of us keeping our items longer would be pretty substantial over time.
Absolutely.
What do people come to you for the most frequently?
Well, that's a good question. I think cobblers are capable of a lot more than people tend to think.
Okay.
As far as shoes go, anything from stretching a shoe, shining a shoe. We can do a full rebuild on the soles and the heels of a shoe. Patchwork if you have some sort of tear. We can put new heels on a high heel.
I haven't worn these in so long, I've forgotten about these little cap
I know, they
things
don't look comfortable to me. But
They aren't, Daniel. They are not comfortable.
Another thing that we really is kind of unique to our business at Swanson's, and something that my dad has become very good at, is doing orthopedic lifting on shoes.
Really?
So these are for people that have leg length discrepancies or are maybe recovering from some sort of injury. And we can change the height of one shoe compared to the other by adding a little bit of material.
Look at this. So in this shoe, you've taken it apart, added some material, and then you can make the legs.
And so this allows a person to navigate their world in a more comfortable way.
That's pretty awesome.
These belong to one of our favorite customers, Donna McCampbell. So.
Yay. Yay. So now with boots are a pretty big expense for a lot of people, and they get worn around the edges or various things like that. What can you do? Is this one patched?
That's a motorcycle boot, and yeah, it has been patched.
So that actually adds a cool factor. Come on down here, I'll lift it up. There we go. Here's the patch.
Yeah, we do some work for the Seattle Police Department, and a lot of boots this style, definitely. Yeah.
Is this is a family thing?
It is a family business.
How long has the business been around?
The Swansons have been working in Seattle since 1928.
And so the incredible thing is that you guys actually encouraged us to put a list, which we're going to do on our website, of all the places you can get a cobbler. Absolutely. Because you have more business than you know what to do with.
It's so important to support your local cobbler and really just any local service people. It's becoming a rarity to encounter those types of people in our world, and
we want this.
We want them,
this
so support
talent.
them. Absolutely.
So let's see some of the other things that you have here, and describe to us what kind of work you can do, not only on shoes and boots, but other leather goods or things that we might have.
Right. Yeah. So it's important to remember that we can work on a lot of different types of textiles. So here's a bag from Kavu, it's a Seattle company. For example, on this bag, we could do repairs to the strap. We've actually done a little bit of reinforcing here.
Right.
This is my aunt's bag, but yeah, like the hardware can be interchanged, Velcro, zippers, patchwork on rips, all very doable things.
I just had my guy fix I had a purse that had some fringe on it, and some of the fringe had come off, and he just...
Yeah, it's always worth
somehow he had some fringe in there that matched, and the bag is just great. Let's talk about the tools that you have.
Yeah, so these are some of the tools that I work with every day. It's my French hammer. I got a set of pliers here.
Those look like those have been passed down as well.
Yeah, I don't know how old those are.
Now you have shoe trees here. Are you recommending that we use these for the life of our shoe?
It can be a good idea. Yeah, it totally depends on the type of shoe that you have. It's hard to give global advice about what to do with shoes because there's so many different types. But yeah, taking care of your shoes, taking care of the things you already have, investing in those things is a really important choice to make. And sometimes getting shoe trees is one of the choices.
It's a good thing. So. They're really inexpensive at the rack, just FYI. Who's harder on their shoes, men or women?
I don't think that's an answerable question, honestly.
Darn.
Yeah, no, I think everybody wears their shoes differently, and
true enough.
Yeah, finding a shoe that's comfortable for you is important. Comfortable and functional.
When you have a shoe that you like, I mean, men's shoes, well, I guess everybody's shoes, but shoes can be pretty expensive, and so the idea of half-soling one or repairing one so you can continue to wear is a pretty big deal. If we bring a product in, can you take a look at it and say, yes, this shoe can be saved, or no, that one's done?
Absolutely. And the question that we get most often is it worth repairing this shoe?
Yeah, that's a good question.
And that's usually, the customer doesn't like the answer that I give them because I bring it back with another question and say, you know, that's actually up to you. It's up to what you value in your footwear. Like, are you making choices based in capitalism where you're not going to repair something if the repair work is more expensive than what you bought it for? Or are you making the environmental choice, the sustainable choice? Are you making a choice based on sentimental value about your shoe?
This sounds like a very deep experience to go to.
It is. Talking to your
shop.
cobbler is a very deep experience.
Wow, I had no idea. I'm going to have to go home and re-examine my whole life before I decide which shoes to repair.
Yeah, like this is a very small concept, but it can be expanded to tackle all sorts of problems of the world.
Well, so, I like it a lot. It's just a good reminder of a way that we can be better about conserving our resources.
Absolutely,
and get some great service. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
we appreciate it. If you are looking for a cobbler in your area, we posted a giant list on New Day's website with cobblers from Tacoma to Everett and Seattle to Issaquah. They are worth their weight in gold. Up next, how you can get a rejuvenating spa experience right in your own home. You don't have to go anywhere. Back after this.